Hi, I'm Frank Blackfire from SODOM, and you're listening to Belgian Jasper.
Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm Belgian Jasper. If this is your first time on the channel, hit subscribe right now. The mighty Teutonic Thrash band SODOM is back with Genesis 19. The album is a blistering return to form for the German band, and what a lot of people were maybe the most excited about, it is the proper return of Frank Blackfire. The legendary guitar player is my guest today. We talk about the new album and everything that's going on in the world of SODOM.
So Frank, thank you so much for your time today. Congratulations on the new album coming out. I know that it sucks to release an album in the current situation, but nevertheless, I mean, reviews have been very positive. Some people are already calling it, album of the year for them. So I assume that you're pretty happy with how the reactions are so far.
Oh yeah, definitely. The reactions are not very, very good. I mean, we didn't even expect that it's so good. I mean, of course, there's some people that don't like it or don't like it that much, and but yeah, most of the people they like it, and yeah, we are all surprised.
So one of the things that, and I thought that this was a well title for a review that I saw the other day. The title of the review was "Where There Is Smoke, There Is Blackfire." A lot of people are very excited, myself included, that this is the proper return of you in the band. Does that give you personally extra pressure when people are saying like, oh yeah, well, Frank is the guy who back in the day made something from SODOM, and now he's back to again elevate SODOM to a new level, a new quality. I assume that you like it when people say that, but does that come with pressure?
Pressure, not really, I guess. It's kind of like I take my time, and I mean, we took our time. We had enough time to write the whole album, and especially me, I had a lot of ideas saved during the years. I was always like saving ideas, whole songs, riffs, and everything on my computer. So I had a lot of stuff, and I put something together, like old, new stuff and everything. There wasn't that much pressure, I guess. It was like all natural, and when the song is good, when the song is ready, we said, yeah, let's put this one on the album. And we have also songs that didn't make it on the album that we are working on right now, like for the next release, like to make them better and to make some new songs and everything. And it went all pretty natural.
In the last 30 years, let's say, SODOM has been a little bit of a revolving door with a lot of people coming and going. What made you decide that now is the right time to come back to SODOM?
Actually, it was like this, that at the beginning of 2018, in January, I heard about that Tom separated himself from the other guys. And I was really surprised. I was like, what? I thought they're going to stay forever, and it was really surprising for me. And I was like, wow. And I didn't knew anything that he wasn't comfortable anymore with them, and that he was unsatisfied and everything. And so I thought, yeah, maybe he's going to pick some new people right now. And I don't know, maybe because a lot of people on Facebook and anywhere else, they wanted me back. They were writing a lot, get Frank Blackfire back and everything. I don't know actually if Tom was really listening to all those people, or I don't know what really happened, what was in his mind, and So it was kind of like, I guess, a week or two later, he contacted me and he asked me if I want to rejoin Sodom, and that's how it started. I was surprised by myself. I didn't expect.
A big change for the band is that now, Sodom, which traditionally has been a three-piece band, is now a four-piece band with two guitar players. So you are now, partnering with York. How has that dynamic changed for you, like playing in Sodom now with four people versus in the past where it was only three?
Yeah, I played in Sodom with three-piece. I had my own band, a three-piece band, and I can play in both. Like I can play as the only guitar player only, but I can play with two guitars also. I used to play with Kreator with two guitars, and everything works. It depends on the what do you want to do. Like if you want to have more guitars, I mean, two guitars in metal, they sound much better, I guess, live. And I mean, in studio you can put any guitar you want.
Sure.
You can, one guitar player can do whatever.
Yeah.
But live, I guess it's better with two guitar players. It makes more power, and even the fact that if you have technical problems, maybe one guitar is missing and the other guitar is continuing, there's still guitar. But with one guitar player, there's only bass and drums.
You actually mentioned it, your own band. I actually really liked your early 2000s Mystic demos that you did, and then most of that was reworked to the Blackfire album with 2015, I think, 5 years ago now. Insane Human Race, Victim of Society. Like I really enjoyed that album. Should we expect at some point a second album? Are you working on that?
Yeah, maybe. I'm always recording any idea I have. I try to record everything that I have in mind on my computer, and even guitar ballads or instrumental guitar or whatever, freak guitar, something like, I'm always recording a lot of stuff, and I guess if I think it's the time and I want to release something, and maybe there is a record company or something, or somebody that can brings it out. I was struggling myself with that album, and I hardly found a label that is going to bring it out. So I was doing everything by myself, and me and the drummer Tony that plays in Sodom now, we recorded it, and our bass player is a good engineer too, and we all did it by ourselves. Only for mixing we went to the studio, and it was the guy that owns the label, and so we did the final mix there, and he brought it out, and I was pretty happy actually to. It was a long process to bring that album out.
So yeah, you were living in Sao Paulo. Sodom is from the Ruhrgebiet, or if I probably mispronounced or butchered that, but
that's right. Yeah.
Tom has always been pretty vocal about the fact that he only wants local boys in the band. So well, as long as you were living in Sao Paulo, that was not going to happen. That's clear. What for you? Like that experience for you living in Brazil for some years? What's the biggest difference for you living as a German in Brazil versus in the Ruhrgebiet?
Oh, Brazil is so different from Germany. I think, I mean, it was a very good experience, a live experience for me to live in another country and to live in Brazil, because it's so different from Germany. I used to play a Marshall like tube amp or something, or an amp with tube and everything. I mean, you hardly can afford it in Brazil. It's pretty hard to buy one there. It's so expensive,
Yeah.
Yeah, but in another way, Brazil has more sun, and the lifestyle is different, and yeah, everything has its pro and contras, and yeah, but it was a very nice experience. Actually, I found out that people here in Germany, if somebody again tells me that he's not good or something, I would say, "Oh, you're not good." Yeah, but if you go to Brazil and see the people, what they're living on the streets and stuff like that,
Yeah,
I mean,
puts things in
nobody
perspective.
nobody can complain here in Germany.
If we focus on the new album for a little bit, you guys definitely don't take your foot off the gas with this one. It's a pretty heavy album. It is quite varied though, but there's some songs that you would expect from a Sodom, and I think some of the standout tracks are definitely the title track. Sodom and Gomorrah is definitely catching on as well. I think my favorite so far might be Dehumanized, which I thought was a cool track as well. Is it for you still too early, or are you too close to the album still, or can you already take a step back and go like, okay, this is what I really like in the album, and I can't wait to, whenever there are live shows again, play that live?
All in all, I really like the album, and there's a lot of good songs. I mean, there's no bad song actually. I think, and especially for people who are into like 80s Sodom, they're gonna love it. They definitely gonna love it because everything has something from a little older Sodom. Whatever. Me and York, we have some maybe different style in writing music, but I think it mixed good together. Like, I mean, I did some songs, we did, yeah, pretty much like half and half of the album, and Tom had some ideas, and yeah, we were putting everything together. And I mean, Genesis 19 is the oldest song,
Okay.
which is like, yeah, which is like on the Out of the Frontline French already, a different version. But as we have a new drummer right now, everything got much better. Like he's technically much better than Husky that used to
Yeah.
play. And yeah, certain tracks we couldn't play like this with Husky before, and yeah, we can play now even blast beats stuff.
You mentioned there's a lot of 80s influences or 80s Sodom influences. In the early days, Sodom had very much a rock and roll vibe, or like almost like a punky vibe with the thrash that they were playing. An example of a song where that comes out is, I think, Indoctrination.
Yeah.
It has definitely that raw rock and roll vibe to it.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. Indoctrination is my song, and you're right that Sodom, like, we were thinking like, especially Tom was thinking like, Sodom started in '82, and he wanted to get the vibes from '82, and all the releases of the bands that came out in that year. He was like kind of like collecting. We had a little collection, and we played any riff of all those or most of those bands that released an album at that time. And yeah, basically we were trying to capture the spirit of the 80s. Yeah, Indoctrination is a song who goes pretty much into direction Bombenhagel, Ausgebombt, and in that area.
Yeah.
And yeah, I especially, I mean, I'm rooted in that time. started playing thrash metal with, and
Yeah.
this is my style, and I still keep it until nowadays.
Another significant thing that happened for the first time when you joined Sodom back in the day was the arrival of Knarrenheinz, the mascot for Sodom, who's been thrown into some very dangerous situations on the front art of all your albums, or of Sodom's albums. The cover artwork is pretty impressive as well. I think it's one of the best of Sodom. There's a lot going on there in the images. There's a lot of meaning behind that. And are there some things that you can give away for the fans? Because there's, it's one of those covers you can look at for a long time and you discover more and more things.
Yeah, it's pretty much the theme is pretty much Genesis 19. As the verse of the Bible says, that God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, and we had pretty much time to give ideas to Joe Petagno, who was
artist.
Yeah, it was pretty much like Tom wanted it, and he wanted something like expressive with the Knarrenheinz that is kind of like, destroying Sodom and Gomorrah. And Joe Petagno did a great work, I guess.
Should we expect more videos, content, live streams? What is the band working on right now?
Yeah, we are thinking about the live stream also, as we did the last video in our rehearsal studio. We did the 2 lyric videos first, and then the third one was kind of like playing live in our rehearsal room. And we are thinking about maybe doing a live stream live with maybe some interviews, some funny jokes or whatever in between. And we are thinking about it to try something like this.
Okay, so we should stay tuned and more information will come our way. All right, awesome. Well, Frank, I want to thank you so much for your time today. I do appreciate it, taking time out in your busy schedule for answering my questions. And yeah, it's a cool album, and it sounds like we've got some more surprises potentially coming our way, and maybe not soon after even new music. So that's a lot of good things to look forward to. So thank you so much for your time. I very much appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Thank you too.
You are awesome for watching this video. Click right here to see more content like it and subscribe to the channel.